from the Game Webb telescope raise many questions about the existence of an expanding universe. The element that helps scientists propose the Big Bang theory. Below is an analysis of the contradictory aspects in Game Webb's images. With the Big Bang hypothesis by science writer Eric Lerner, author of the 1991 book The Big Bang Never Happened, published in the Journal of the UK's Institute of Ideas and Arts. The panic of scientists. Since officially operating in July, the Game Webb telescope has produced impressive images of the universe. For the first time, scientists can detect, analyze, and reconstruct images of the oldest and most distant star seasons ever. In published studies about Game Webb. Panic. Panic. The data and images obtained from Game Webb in the article completely contradict the Big Bang hypothesis, the event that created the universe as we know it today. The Big Bang theory describes that the universe was formed 13.8 billion years ago in an extremely hot, dense state and is constantly expanding. This hypothesis has been proposed and accepted by cosmologists for many years as a fact. Therefore, Game Webb's data is making theoretical scientists feel panicked. Astronomer Alison Kirkpatrick at the University of Kansas, Lawrence in the USA said, "Right now, I find myself wide awake at 3 a.m., wondering if all my work might be wrong." The illusion of the Big Bang is not real. Images retrieved from Game Webb show many extremely small, smooth, and old galaxies. It's not too hard to see that this completely contradicts the Big Bang theory. Let's start with the extremely small detail. The universe continuously expands, creating an illusion. With this effect, we would see galaxies or objects in the expanding universe not shrinking, even as the distance increases. Their observed size might even appear larger if passing certain points in the universe due to light effects. Meanwhile, images from Game Webb show galaxies becoming smaller the farther they're from us. Even galaxies with greater brightness and mass than the Milky Way seen are 2 to 3 times smaller than the same image captured by the Hubble telescope. From that, the redshift of these galaxies is also 2 to 3 times higher than old observations. That is not a detail consistent with an expanding universe. However, Eric Lerner and colleague Ricardo Schaefer once predicted a similar occurrence in a non-expanding universe. In 2014, we shared results based on the Hubble telescope showing galaxies with redshifts up to 5. Consistent with the non-expanding universe hypothesis. With Game Webb, the consistent redshift increases to 12. In other words, distant galaxies in Game Webb's image has sizes equal to neighboring galaxies. We assume that the universe is not expanding and redshift is proportional to distance. However, according to the Big Bang theory's view of an expanding universe, these distant galaxies must be truly very small to fit the illusion effect. Take GHC2 as an example, a galaxy observed with brightness higher than the Milky Way, but with a radius of only 300 light-years, 150 times smaller than the Milky Way's red. If the brightness is that high, the galaxy's surface per unit area would be 600 times brighter than the brightest galaxy in the universe. The density is tens of thousands of times that of other galaxies. Since the Hubble era, scientists have hypothesized about ultra-small, dense galaxies, formed when one galaxy collides with another, creating a chaotic structure. However, in Game Webb's images, ultra-small galaxies have extremely clean disks and neat spiral shapes, similar to galaxies today. Panic. With too few or no galaxy mergers, there would be no way for tiny galaxies to grow hundreds of times larger. If so, the illusion predicted by the expanding universe theory would not exist, meaning no expanding universe, no Big Bang. Evidence with numbers. Next, Game Webb uses multiple filters to collect data from infrared wavelengths and translate them into colors. From that, scientists can estimate the age of stars and galaxies. Hot and young stars are blue, while cool and old stars are yellow or red. According to the Big Bang Theory, the farthest galaxies in James' images occurred about 400 to 500 million years after the explosion. However, some galaxies contain stellar populations over 1 billion years old. Their existence is evidence that the Big Bang did not happen. If the Big Bang Theory is correct, scientists think James Webb would increasingly detect fewer galaxies, eventually none, when observing at the farthest distances. However, a paper in the journal Nature proves that galaxies with masses similar to the Milky Way exist very commonly, even within about 700 million years after the Big Bang. The analysis suggests that images from James Webb show galaxies with redshifts greater than 10, at least 100,000 times more than hypothesized. There is no way such large galaxies could have formed in such a short time, and again, this does not align with the Big Bang Theory. In early July, Eric Lerner published a paper summarizing an analysis of the chemical composition of galaxies. Based on published materials, the Big Bang Theory has 16 flaws, with only one accurate detail being the abundance of deuterium, an isotope of hydrogen. The hand manipulating the media. You might wonder why few people read about the flaws of the Big Bang Theory in major media, and why many authors do not point out the contradictions themselves. The answer is, if someone doubts the Big Bang, they are considered ignorant and unfit for the profession. Funding for cosmology primarily comes from a few government organizations, controlled by committees dominated by Big Bang theorists. They have spent their lives building the theory. Publicly critical writings on the Big Bang do not receive similar support. If published, they are often seen as heterodox and not following a cosmological scientific basis. According to science writer Eric Lerner, it is now nearly impossible to publish research criticizing the Big Bang in astronomy journals. An editor rejected my research paper. Such censorship is meaningless for scientific progress. I have called on Big Bang theoretical scientists to openly discuss new evidence. As in all fields, to advance cosmology, the debate needs to occur publicly in scientific journals and media. What are your thoughts on the Big Bang Theory? Is there really no Big Bang explosion as analyzed by science writer Eric Lerner? Please share your thoughts with everyone right below in the comments section. If you liked this video, hit subscribe to follow the latest videos at hidden_realms. Hello and see you again. Subscribe to the Gia Nigo channel.